This was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Guys, let's talk about Florida Atlantic. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here.
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Looking for a man. It's Ramsey. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Canes.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
14, Florida Atlantic, 0.
On the move from inside his 5.
Returner brings it out.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll run it from the gun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Looking deep. A full dive to haul that one in.
Oh, that is a sensational individual effort. Did you see how he dove and completely stretched out? The fact that he was able to reel that in is just unbelievable. I don't even think the head coach or quarterback can believe he was able to make that dive and catch.
Let's talk for a second about Florida Atlantic. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Off the RPO, complete. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on second down. He's got it on the run. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Owls trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Big fella moving. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. At after the score. We'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They march 72 yards. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again.
Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be first and goal. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Might be changing the route. Snapped it in the shotgun. Here's a heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Off the play fake. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Owls!
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game, because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And the extra point is good. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
It'll be first and 10 from the 30. They go to the ground. Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability, too.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Canes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. After run, now throw. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. To the air, it's Ramsey. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. Defense might bring the house here. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the 1st down. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
Man, just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Now the play fake. Quickly complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And they decide to trot out the kicker. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Eastern Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Florida Atlantic races to the line. Pulls and fires complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Back to throw, it's Ramsey. Trying to set up the screen. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a 1st down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Under fire. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Hurricanes decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window at the intended target.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk-aversive, but it is good field position. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Ramsey. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
You know, one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Heaves it deep. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
24, Florida Atlantic, 14.
He'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hauls it in. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Boca Raton.
Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Canes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes a grab past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Unloads quickly. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Owls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll go to the fullback. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose, and no running room there.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced him to complete.
And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The play action fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
And they can't make the play on 3rd down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. To the air, it's Ramsey. Caught in the backfield, it's Proctor. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there. You can tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. And the Canes will punt it away on fourth down. Hauls it in at the 40. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quick completion on the out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Owls with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. That big play has them in business. First and 10 inside the 20. Finds his big tight end. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pocket breaking down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got him. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on fourth down. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll bring him to within 4. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Looking to throw, it's Ramsey. Complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Canes in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Hurricanes are facing third and inches. He'll go to the sneak. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Owls come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Skips away from pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch. Trickery and deception. They snap it to the up man. And no guts, no glory. They pick up the first down.
And when they bring on the punt unit, a lot of times I change my personnel and I bring on a different unit, and I think it worked to their advantage. 4th and inches, you don't think they're going to run a fake. They run a fake, execute it great. Nice job by this punt unit.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground.
Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. This Florida Atlantic offense is on a roll. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab on the left. And that should be enough to give Florida Atlantic the 1st down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground game on the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
He's got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil, guys. See if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build.
Touchdown, Owls! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air, it's Ramsey. Got it set up on the outside. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Going to sling it on 2nd down. They're setting up the screen. Don't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
He's got it. 1st down and more. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. And he can't find anyone. Oh. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Miami. They move on top here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You can tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Second down, he'll throw it. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Rush is on him. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Bitterly disappointing start to the season as they can't come up with a W and open 0-1.
And there's still so much room to improve for this football team. I know this is not